Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Violet Light. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, ba ba ba. Just ba. Eventually, I will get around to doing that, Nintendo. It's just I can't be bothered. You know why I can't be bothered? Because, well, I can't remember my details. Just like having to reset a password is always tedious. I've got the controller now, you know, the control thing you put the controls into. Because I found out a while ago. Because it was lost for a while. It was on the floor the whole time, it was just buried under, I don't know how it managed to slide in between two old laptops, but it did. Also, this Let's Play has done this. No, wrong button. What button was it? No, trouble, it's been a while. No. Return. How do I? That's return. What was the button for? No. Okay, that's whistle. Okay, noted. If you press on the left stick on the blue controller, you whistle. I assume that, you know, gets your Pokemon to come to you. Maybe attracts attention also. God damn it, what was the button? Was it? No? I mean, come on, it hasn't been that long. Sure, I recorded like 4 parts. Was it 4 parts? Yeah, ended up being 4 parts because it was a long record session. But yeah, that's the one. It's like, you know, this Let's Play has done this. We're right off the cliff, basically, in terms of views. It's like, let's recap. Okay, so the hours record session has 4 parts, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so wait, is that right? Let me see. I recorded 4 parts in that, didn't I? 1, 2. Was that 4 or 5 even? No, it was 4. Yeah, cleared the gym. That's got 1 view. The part after that, no views. Part after that, 2 views and 1 like, which is surprising. Previous part, which I uploaded 3 days ago, 0 views. So collectively, there is a total of 3 views across 4 parts across basically a near 3 hour long record session. Or was it 3 hours? I can't remember. Point is, views on this have dropped off considerably. Not that they were really anything to begin with, still. Flamingos, Golducks, other things. Strolling on by, remind me. So if we go over the fence, which we can do, they'll be like, "Now you gotta ring the bell." Tried that before. They're really picky with stuff like this, you know. You gotta do things by the book. What the hell? I haven't caught you yet, have I? I've only ever seen you in Pokemon Snap, because wherever gen you originated in, I don't think I'm playing that gen. I think. Unless it was Gen 4 and I just can't remember, but no. It's probably Gen 5 or 6, I imagine. Take a U-turn. Let's see if we can stun this. It is not ideal to weaken my team before we even get into that ambulance. But what can you do? Oh no! Yeah, it's not very effective, but still. If it doesn't get caught in this singular Pokeball, then I will have to use it more. It succeeds. Well, I couldn't tell if the game was going to shit, like graphically glitching out there or what. The kind of lighting that is looked. It looked like if you smudged a painting. It's like some of the reflections and lighting going on there was weird. Maybe because we got all kinds of colors here. I mean, look at the variety. You got blues, yellows, pinkish purples, and then you got this thing with green wings. It's got different types, isn't it? Yes, fancy pattern. So does this game have all of the different patterns? Is that a thing? I don't know. I just remember them from, the new Pokemon Snap game. That's the only time I think I've ever encountered these. Because, whatever gen they were in, I didn't play that gen. And, they'd basically be the most common sight more often. I was like, alright, it's these guys again. I've already got all 4 pages of your entries into the thing. So, I'm just basically getting it for extra points. These points. Anyway, Vivillon, Skill, Pokemon, Bugs, Blind, and Fancy Pattern. This Pokemon was born in mysterious land. It scatters colorful toxic sails from its wings during battle. Height 3.11, weighs 37.5 pounds. If it was born in mysterious land, if it was born from an egg that we happen to, get, is it really mysterious land? It's like, no, it was born locally, but we'll just say it was a mysterious land. So, anyways, ring that bell. Code red, Operation Starfall, alert! Everyone get into position to defend the boss with all you got. And rest assured, intruder will deal with you without the boss's help. Especially pretty but Pokemon 10 minutes that is. Good luck with that. This feels like such a really half-baked idea, really, isn't it? Feels like they had an idea, it's like, okay, this is a challenge. But then they give you 10 minutes, and it's just, you basically just run your Pokemon out to battle them in some half-assed kind of combat where you have no involvement whatsoever, and it's over in seconds. It's like you got these big base. It feels like they really had grand ideas, but how they didn't have time to really implement it or what, because it's very half-baked. Okay, everyone. Alright. Where's the rest of the gang? There they are. I was pressing the wrong button. What are you? Let's see, it's a evolved form. Yeah, look at this little guy. You kid's pretty good, you got skills. What you doing in our swamp? Does this even count as a swamp? Probably not. I mean, you could really take your time. It's so weird that, Marrow is got the fairy type now, it seems. Like they used to just be water type, right? I remember when I played Sun and Moon, the fairy type kind of threw me off at first because it was like, I don't know what the bloody fairy type is. It was the first new gen game I'd played since Gen 4. Good God, so I've stuck a lot of those now. It's God of War and Curlier. Rennie can solo. Surprisingly, because you know God of War would surely have attacks that would knock Rennie out pretty quickly. Despite it being dual fairy type these days. Same for the Curly and everything, so I did that. Yeah. So how's everyone doing on the sideline? You think you're ready to make a proper battle? This is not really a proper traditional battle. It is a battle of swords. Got this epic guitar noodling going on in the background. It's like, wow, this is thrilling. The most, I mean, this is just me as a frame rate when I'm turning like just dropping. Honestly, stuff like frame rate never really paid much attention, you know, in the past. And I still don't fully understand it, but when I see things kind of not moving very smoothly like that, I assume that's what it is. There's a lot of flowers around here, you know? A lot of places for these Pokemon to hide. You people got anything to say? You think you're ready? I'm so ready I don't even need to pay attention. Wait, you got the lighthouse. What's up with that? It's like, okay, you know, the Elwens were disruptive of getting to place and all that, but these people straight up have hijacked the northern lighthouse here. That's not fair, man. Oh, these freaking school desks. You stole this is property from the academy. That is not acceptable. Yeah, not this way. They'll find our secret stash of stolen goods. Oh, yes! Yay. Thrilling gameplay. You know, that Legends whatever, you know, the newer one. The one that's basically in a city and nowhere else, which is just wild. So you go from Legends Arceus, great game. And, you know, I felt like, to an extent, it achieved something that the Pokemon games really needed. And that was, you know, a sense of, you know, Pokemon out in the wild, and you're really, you know, just kind of going out there into a world that isn't actually, like, you know, just traditional ways, like, oh, everything's just safe and all that. No, the Pokemon will attack you and everything. Sure, you can't die, but still. But, you know, it had so much to see, you know, it had its limitations and all that, but, you know, it wasn't just one goddamn city. I don't know, I've not played the other one, and I don't really have any interest in it. But the point is, I have seen, like, little bits of it, and it looks like the combat, and that's kind of similar to what we see in these star battles, but I imagine you actually can pick the moves. It's just like, I guess it's like kind of halfway into, say like Final Fantasy 12, I guess. Where it's kind of got a turn-based element to it, but it's also in real time. You just gotta open the menus and select things. I don't know. I haven't played it. Not really interested. Because, one, I don't know if it's on the regular Switch. And two, well, like I said, it doesn't sound as appealing to me as Arceus did. And three, broke as shit. Anyways, our defense is a breach. It's all up to the boss now. The Pink Mobile. That seems dangerous, you know. The flame is literally going into the vehicle itself. Catch fire. That face. For whatever reason, this guy, I never thought that his pose would be him smiling. I thought he would be like, you know, like, It's like, you know, I don't know. I feel like he was gonna be, well, it still remains to be seen. Ah, so you have me made. Okay. Talk about underwhelming. I was expecting someone, I don't know, a little more beefed up. It's a time for you, little one. It's like, will you call a little one? That just made me think of that shitty Golem game. It's like I haven't played it, but I've seen playthroughs of it. He's all like, little one, let's kill it in the end, or, you know, set it free. That's the whole point of the game. It's like, that's the whole conclusion. Spoilers for that game. The game ends with Violet Golem killing a bird or letting it free. It's like, oh no, that's a big spoil for us. That's an epic game. I've never even played it. I've just seen people putting themselves to the torture of actually playing it. Well, whatever, I don't care who you are, not like I'm gonna lose to you anyway. You think fairy types are all about cuteness, you're in for a nasty surprise. I mean, they were mostly about, like, some elements of cuteness. I don't know why they introduced fairy type actually. What gen was it? Like, gen 5 or 6? I think it might be 6. I think that's the one where Sylveon first appears. I think Sylveon's in Gen 6. I'm not 100% sure, but it might be. And of course they, you know, altered pre-existing Pokemon to be dual fairy types, or just straight up fairy types. You're challenged by Ortega or Team Star. Azumarill. Is it still part water type? Because that works for me. I promise I'll play nice, so don't blame me when the battle sends you blubbering back home. Wow, same to you. Actually, does anyone even have a home in this world? Aside from us and Nemona? You know, everyone else probably just lives at their cabin. I mean, all the buildings in the towns and cities are just, you know, copy and pasted stores. Wigglytuff. We haven't seen a Wigglytuff in this game yet, have we? I don't think. You know, I've never actually put Zenny into Terraform, have I? This would be a good chance to see what that looks like. Okay, Terraform. Poison thing. Vinny's time to shine, but it's probably like bug time. Yeah, that looks like bug time to me. I don't get a boost from this, but oh well, at least I grew more things on my head. That's cool, right? Ha 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 ha. Nom. I wonder who the guitarist is for this game. I'm just going nuts on that guitar. I can just visualize that bit where like that's obviously doing that kind of rapid tapping. Like, not like, you know, in that kind of kinda in that way where I think they use in the pick as well, so they're slamming on the strings and I don't know, I'm not really good at it. What the fuck's a dash bin, man? It's the big dash bin. It's a bin! It's that thing. Presumably it's fairy type. Haha, your tears mean nothing. Okay, it's super effective, but it's not that effective. Poison running through your veins. Well, that's not good, because this is technically a physical attack, isn't it? Nom. Poison will do this. Now you're gonna use the room, right? Or whatever it's called. Let's start, yeah, the room. They all use the same one. What the heck? Why is my team on the route? That's totally not fair! We all have the same starmobile, have the depth of the room, but with the typing of whatever the team is all about in this case character. You even highlighted the floor, well, the grass. It's all pink now. Okay, so it does keep its typing. Can we even poison this thing? I don't know how that would make sense. Ooh, good guys. Oopsie, did you just realize how unmatched you are if you want to win? Now it's give up. Now it's time. Oh, good God. I was not expecting it to do such little damage. Hopefully you can dodge. Oh, you somehow miraculously survived. Come on, if you can inflict poison on a vehicle, you will be the most overpowered thing ever. Gotta heal ya. Let's give you a hyper potion. And you're about to be obliterated to bits at this rate. Oh god, now it's the bees. Vinny! Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. It's like looking at all my other Pokemon and seeing most of their moves saying not very effective. Not exactly the best scenario here. Just gonna have to wing it. It's like his actual team were a pushover, but then when he brings out the Snowmobile, this time it actually is pretty intimidating because I'm not really that much higher level than it, you know. Taurus, you're the old reliable. Look at those reflections on the water back. Zen headbutts. Yeah, this is not great. I might have my entire team knocked out of this. Ooh. Like you were never confused to begin with. I'm gonna heal you as well. I'm actually having to use potions for once. You know, I don't know how people do these challenges where they beat the game without using items at all. And with one Pokemon more often on this challenge, it's just insanity. It's like, with that, I always wonder, it's like, did they ever do anything but play Pokemon? Because in order to get to that level, overachievement is have to invest so many hours into one game. Oh, not again. You're all about confusion, aren't you? Ow. Well, right now, see how liquidation actually does. It will liquidate this guy's assets. His assets being his starmobile. Alright, so he's gonna continue. That's what he's doing. He's sending his lawyers to confuse us. That's what Confusion is all about. It's his lawyers. Nice. The one water attack you learned and it took you forever to learn. It is quite effective because, you know, it's actually physical damage instead of special, which is, you know, specializing in physical attacks. Ooh! Tear it all down! Nah, tantrum! Ha 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 ha! How can I lose? What the heck? Give me a goddamn flashback to 1 year ago. Like all the other times. About a year and a half ago. I have a tent. Ah, what the heck? I can't say hell because it's PG. Your toy car didn't budge an inch, huh? I told you it's not a toy, it's called a starmobile. How is that all I feel it is? Problem is clearly that we're not giving it enough juice. This was, I guess, before, you know, Mela there, you know, got all those fire Pokemon or whatever to give it the boost it needed for fuel. Designed this thing to be powered by two, yeah, talk about it. But it's just too heavy. That's such a shame. I wanted to see the looks on our bullies' faces once we got approved. I mean, can you imagine that? It's like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna approach my bullies with a freaking giant ass truck. It's like, what are you gonna do with it? I'm gonna use it to use Pokemon attacks on it. On it being the bullies. I don't know why I would do that. It's like, yeah, that's probably gonna get you expelled. Probably, well, I mean, you know, you do occasionally see a police force of sorts in the Pokemon world, but, you know, outside of it, it's mostly in the anime. Team Rocket and constantly. I mean, even then, you know, they get away with so much because they're just like, we'll lay you off with a slap up on the wrist because you're so woefully incompetent. All you do is endanger many people's lives, more often than not, but, you know, slap on the wrist, nobody got seriously hurt. Usually. So, you know, you're free to go. We can't hold people, you know, in prison or anything like that in the world of Pokemon. It's just not how it works. Except for, I guess, in Pokemon Coliseum, where they actually do that. Not that it really was all that effective in some extent, because I think you can just open the goddamn cells. They don't actually leave, but, you know, I think one of them got out of jail at some point. Point is, you don't really see much of that in the world of Pokemon, so it's like, what are the consequences for anything? I'm sorry, I really thought it would work. Come, good fellow, 'tis no occasion for melancholy. Why, to make such a remarkable contraption by thine own hand, genius, thy name is Ortega. I speak in this way because, I don't know. Maybe like I read a book and a character talked like this and I was like, I'll base my entire identity around this character. Yeah, well, there's no point if it doesn't work, is there? If I knew all that effort would have zero payout, I'd have just asked Mother to buy a car for us. See, this is why people don't take you seriously. Say some stupid things, you know, that's... Why? Hey, look, cool it, would you? How can she cool if she's all about flames? Yeah, how about no? I mean, we even put this in the cup over crying out loud. When we start Team Star with Swell Turtle, it relying on our parents' bag of cash to fix our problems with. What did you forget? Was everyone here from a wealthy family, basically? It's like, okay, our parents bought us all our cool gadgets, but you know, let's make it ourselves now. We're going out, we're striking out on our own. If that hunk of junk doesn't move, get it moving. If we're short on juice, just gotta crank up the power cell. Doesn't take a genius, man. That's easy enough to say, Mel. If you have an actual plan, I'm the last of this team that's gonna be challenged to a battle, because I'm the highest level. And also the tallest, so it all kind of checks out, but then the balance doesn't make sense, you know? Is it just me, or does the back of the guy's head, I forget his name, Vivillon, or whatever the freaking hell I can't. Even though he was speaking just 3 seconds ago, I've already forgotten his name. But you know, he's the first one we fought. The back of his hair looks like some kind of symbol. Like something you'd see in a Zelda game or something like that. It's kind of also it kind of looks like a bit like a crab. It's like, you know, if you wanted to be Journey, you know, the band, but you didn't want to copy their logo with the Beatles, so you're like, let's make it a crab instead. It's like, we are a Journey cover band that uses a crab as our logo. A completely black crab. It also kind of looks Zelda-esque as well. But yeah, he's the lowest level one, despite being apparently the brains, you know, of the group here. You know, you put the code stuff over there and all that. And then there's Mailer, then Ninja Guy, then Shorty. It's like, don't call me Shorty! And then the tall one, last. We don't even know what age anyone is in this game, really. It's like, for all we know, they could all be the same age right now. And it's like, okay, so he didn't grow very tall and looks very boyish. Despite being the age of everyone else. Or he's actually younger than everyone else. Yep, I'm gonna try out my Charizard and have him evolve. That boost of 5 hours will get Starmobile moving no sweat. Much like my goofy walk because of these disasters. But the hour of Operation Star is nigh at hand, and you succeed in time. Oh, I'll get it done. Merely Wits. Yeah, that was his name, Giacomo. You know, Mailer shoots her mouth off an awful lot, but she means well. I know. God, this sucks. My flashbacks sucks compared to you guys. At least you guys got to look partially more competent than me. It sucks. I hate myself for losing, but I also can't get over how awesome you were in that battle. If any of us squad bosses are defeated, that means we have to step down, and going against our code would make me a traitor to the team. God, fine. Not like I have a choice anyway, so take the badge already. You better treat with the respect it deserves. Punk ass bitch. Like, here you go, handshake. It's like, Is he trying to do the male handshake with, like, I'll put as much strength in it as possible? But in this case, it's just like, you're trying a little too hard there, Ortega. I didn't realize you could actually do recordings on that. Actually, let me see. Did that? What was it? Let's have a look. Wait, what? It recorded 30 seconds of that? I didn't even hit that during that though. What the hell? Did it rewind and record? How does that work? I've never noticed that before. I was just taking a screenshot, but I held it down, and so it got 30 seconds of time that had already passed. Very strange. Very unusual. No. Just get back to the software. Thank you for your handshake. It's raining now. It's like that right there is gonna overflow. This is a dangerous area to set up a camp. There's gonna be some serious flooding going on. This is probably for the best that you now just pack up and leave the area. I'm not done yet. Here's my fifth TM2. Be free to marvel at how awesome it is. Dazzling gleam. Was that why he smiles? Like it's like a dazzling smile. I just so you know, you are the worst, like the most annoying person ever. Worst YouTuber I've ever seen. Seriously, you suck. But I get it, you're so strong, I'll admit that much. You even busted out my starmobile. Oh my god, the slow motion of that walk. Young Master Ortega. Mr. Harrington. I mean, what a name, Harrington. It's like, of course, you'd be like freaking fast recent director or whatever. I guess it's time for my piano lesson, huh? It's like, I guess we're gonna be playing a sad melody on it. Hopefully outside of the ring. But I just lost my boss title, so I'm all good to head on home. Actually, different matter, bro. There's somebody I would like you to meet. He's a distant acquaintance of mine. Distant acquaintance, you know, he's basically the guy who replaced me at the academy. The name's Cloud. Keep it on the down low there, I'm the academy director. Okay, Harrington, if you spill the beans on that, I'll look even more ridiculous than I already am. Oh yeah, what's your business here? I want you to tell me something. You're the son of a wealthy family and heir to a major apparel company, so why join a group like Team Star? What's a question to ask someone you just met? What a question to ask someone you just met? Well, my answer's the same as everyone else's. Because I was being bullied. So the academy really did used to have this bullying. Used to? It probably still does, mate. Who would guess, right? School's all rainbows and butterflies these days. Oh, maybe that's changed there. Interruption. And the bullies for back then don't even go to the academy anymore. They all join Team Star. Wait a minute. Why? What happens then? They all died. They were all brutally murdered, taken out back and shot in the back of the head. As former director of the academy, I believe I am best positioned to answer that question. I had them all executed. Mr. Harrington, about 18 months ago, the members of Team Star confronted the students who used to bully them, and an altercation broke out between the groups. We're finally getting some backstory as to what actually happened. Though it did not escalate into a major incident, the altercation nonetheless causing scandal of hitherto unknown proportions. As a result of what occurred that day, the students who had perpetrated the bullying dropped out of the academy, one after another. So they weren't expelled, they just were like, anyway, this place sucks now. But there aren't any records of that anywhere in the academy. No, I should imagine not. My former deputy deleted all records of instances. It's like, you know, it gives a bad reputation. It's all about reputation. It's like, you know, the other Let's Player got going, Persona 3, you know, there was a point in that game where a teacher was just covering up shit, and he's just like, what the hell? It's like, you know, reputation all. It's like, screw the reputation, man. Why the hell did you not bring the report down, you son of a bitch? He's just trying to, you know, keep face. Like, keep face, I'll fucking smack you in the face. What? Why would anyone do that? Just as I was puzzling over how best to deal with Team Star in the aftermath of the incident, a certain student came to see me. The student declared that they would take all responsibility for the team's actions. That's probably the actual voice, isn't it? In exchange, they requested that I exonerate the other students of Team Star from any blame. No one told me that. And you've been teaching me piano lessons, Jordan, and you're the former academy guy. You were there when I was there, probably, presumably, and you never told me this, you son of a bitch. Why you only telling me this now? This changes everything, probably. I accepted the request and agreed not to take disciplinary action against Team Star. Then I assigned 18 months of overseas study to the student who took responsibility for the team. Oh, so that's what it'd be. It's like, okay, I got you going overseas somewhere, and now you're back, presumably. I still presume that Cassiopeia, the one who's, you know, having to do all this, is probably the boss. It seems obvious. If it's not, I'll be very surprised. A year and a half of studying abroad. This was not intended as a punishment, you understand. Team Star were the victims of it. I wanted the student to take some time to rest, so I had them return home to the Gala region. The Gala region is Gen 8, right? I've never played Gen 8. So it's like, I sent them to the UK, basically. You know, study abroad. Under the pretext of overseas study. Around that time, however, the former deputy director took it upon himself to erase all traces of the incident from the Academy service. It appears his intent was to shield himself from any blame, as is tradition. So he tried to cover up the whole thing. That's terrible. After we discovered what he had done, I dealt with him appropriately, of course. Took him out back, shoved him back then, you know the drill. But the inability of myself and the rest of the teaching staff to prevent this terrible act also represented a grave blunder on our part. I accepted the blame that lay at my feet and resigned from my position as director. The rest of the teaching staff then joined me in handing in their notices. So that's why the current teachers were all brought in a year and a half ago. So everyone that's teaching at the academy is new then. Could that possibly explain why you've got, you know, like Hassel? Maybe he wasn't originally teaching there, but he's like, the academy's lost all its teachers, I might as well, you know, indulge in my true passion, which is art. Being, you know, in the Elite Four is boring. It's not nearly as cool as getting to talk about art. Did something just glitch on screen there, or is it just the lighting? Yeah, that shadow looks weird. Look at that. I understand my actions have caused you a great deal of trouble. You have my sincerest apologies. Hang on, Mr. Harrington. How can you suddenly decide to talk about this now? Young Master Ortega, Team Star cannot carry on in its current fashion. I merely wish to give you a chance to chart a better course. So take on a course at our fabulous academy. Well, there's no way I'm abandoning my friends to go to school out there. Not after we've come this far. Your friends in Team Star must mean a great deal. Isn't that obvious? It's because, you know, I'm my greatest treasure in the whole world and all that stuff. What they all say, and then the scene just abruptly ends like that. We just got one more of these. And then we presumably meet the boss. Emily May, it's me. I take it that Ortega handed over his star badge to you. Wait for it. She's smiling, and you know it's gonna happen. Cassie's gonna be like, Ortega, and he'll cut back to us, and we'll be suddenly kind of like, oh, I don't know how to feel now. I feel kind of sad. I see. With its boss no longer around, the Rukaba squad is as good as finished. Here comes even Ortega. Okay, no, we're just determined now. We're not even concerned. It's like, yeah, fuck that guy. I'm sorry. We're almost there now. Just one more boss. The operation has been a huge success thanks to you, Emily. And Clive has also performed admirably as a support. I remember him saying that you're acquaintances. Have you known each other long? Not all that long. Yeah, for a while now. I guess you could say for a while now. Well, he's clearly a reliable friend. He almost reminds me of the gang back in the day. Which gang? Back in what day? Back in what day? You know, it's obvious the gang is, you know, Team Star. Back in what day? As you know, Team Star was formed by a group of students who were being bullied at school. Shortly after forming the team, these students, none other than the squad bosses themselves, confronted their bullies head on. So, did they all roll up with their freaking starmobiles like, we're gonna kill you? And they were like, oh shit, there's gonna be a major incident. Everyone stop. Okay, okay, just cover our tracks. We don't want to be sued. It's like, what are you talking about? Nobody gets sued in the world of Pokemon. Now, outside the world of Pokemon, when it comes to Pokemon, people get sued a lot. The outcome was a sign of victory for Team Star, though you could hardly call it a contest. The bullies didn't even put up a fight. They all bolted from battle the first chance they got. I mean, how would you respond if someone just showed up with these big-ass freaking vehicles with the intention of fighting? And they're like, well, what are you going to do, run me over? It's like, no, I'm going to use an attack from it that'll let out a beam of energy that will obliterate you in your spots. Except we're not allowed to do that, so it'll be a Pokemon taking the damage instead, because that's how it works. Scared speckless of Team Star, the bullies then dropped out of school one after another, and Team Star ended up the villains of the story. But that's neither here nor there. Forget I mentioned this. Aurelius kind of implying that you are the leader, even more so with that, you know. I just asked what day, and you just start going on about Team Star. Now, about your reward, I'll transfer some LP over your phone, as promised. It's like, okay, now we're talking. Now I got my smile back. Yay. Make good use of those TMs. They should help you take down the last remaining boss. It's like, I've barely been used. I mean, I used maybe 1 or 2 TMs. And I ended up like replacing it with a different move in the end because, you know, it wasn't the ideal move for Dreadnought to have. My supply units rep will be along soon to give you your bonus reward. It's like they give these characters unique designs all, but you don't really see them much. It's like, what's your story, Penny? It's like, I'm actually Pennywise, you know? I'm the true villain of this story. You won't see it coming. That would be a surprise though, if Penny turned out to be it. It's like Penny's the actual boss. I mean, there is a smidgen, a slight chance that it could be like, no, Penny's the boss, but I think that's unlikely. I don't know what her whole story is, but you know, the pacing that this game goes about, you know, the character development is weird. Kind of makes me think of like the Rune Factory games, where it's like, it's all tied to specific events where, you know, you see character developments, but then other than that, it's just kind of generic dialogue. Although in this case, you don't even see the characters ever outside the scenes. Do they ever appear like where we can just talk to them, you know, and they're just standing about somewhere in the world? Does that ever happen? Here I am. Here I am, baby. Send me an angel, here I am. Scorpion's song. Ah, stay your Pokeball for once, will you? No. You look like maybe some kind of apple tomato or something, which would be a very weird thing to be combined. Ah! Then she died. Wow, Team Star went through all that, huh? They just wanted the bullies to go away, but they became the bad guys at every time. What a joke. Students and teachers, you're all so messed up. It's like, I'm just picturing the ultimate escalation from this point. Penny is so pissed off that the students suck, the teachers suck, everyone trying to cover this shit up. He's so sick of it that she goes to the extreme. Tries to destroy the entire academy. And it's like, you know, Pokemon have, you know, dealt with dark themes to an extent in some of their games, but I think that's a bit pushing it too far there. It's like we're gonna have to up the rating there if we do that. Even just one of them had been paying attention when everyone was getting bullied. They'd have been able to tell right away that Team Star was the one in wrong. And I guess the big boss was the one who urged everybody to face their bullies despite knowing how messed up the academy is. I'm an massive idiot. Here in Team Star just hoping their plan would miraculously work out. Yeah, I don't know, but you really think so? I'm sure of it. Because I'm the leader. It's like, no, she's not the leader, obviously not. Well, here's your reward. I guess the irony of all this is her, you know, kind of crap talking all this. I assume it was also saying like the boss of Team Star also sucks and all that. Like, what? Yeah, the complete. Yeah, it's like, why you need me? I don't know. But the point is, I think that you know, Cassiopeia is probably the boss. So you know, Penny is also working for said boss, possibly without even noticing as well. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna unfold. This is just guesswork based on how obvious the storytelling is. Next boss is the very last one. We're counting on you, Emily. And she's specializing in fighting types, so... and Tauros defeated whatever ages ago. Before also getting knocked out ages ago. That's a thing that has happened.